Let me just make it very clear that my attorney, Mr. Antavius Weems, we are in pursuant of the people who have started this nasty rumor, addressing the issue with the head wrap and the wheelchair. First of all, I'm a human being. I had a twisted ankle. Number two, for all of the haters that are trying to deflect from my album, Love Language, with this horrible rumor that I've died, you have gone amok for a couple of weeks now. We thought you'd take it down, but you continuously ride the wave as if it's true. Before you go and dig a hole for me, dig one for you and all the other people that's following your stupidity, because it's too easy to check to see if somebody is really alive or dead. After 45 to 50 years in the business, the worst thing that could happen, it has, of course, happened to me, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago.
Angie Stone's life was a testament to the challenges and betrayals faced by an artist in a cutthroat industry. Throughout her career, she not only achieved remarkable success in music and film but also battled powerful institutions that seemed determined to profit from her work without giving her due credit. Over decades, Angie contributed soulful music and memorable performances that defined her legacy, yet behind the glamour lay a darker story of financial exploitation. She discovered that Universal Music Group, a company she once trusted, had been siphoning her royalties, publishing rights, and mechanicals for years. This betrayal was more than a financial setback, it was a violation of her creative rights and an affront to her life's work. When Angie first uncovered these irregularities, she was shocked and determined to reclaim what was rightfully hers. Her mission quickly became personal. Every dollar stolen was a part of her legacy, money that should have ensured a comfortable retirement and secured her family's future. In passionate, unfiltered video statements, Angie condemned the corporate malfeasance that she believed had robbed her of her due earnings. With a raw intensity that resonated with many, she warned fellow artists to remain vigilant, detailing how the industry's opaque practices could leave even its brightest stars vulnerable to exploitation. The timing of these revelations added a haunting layer to her story. Just weeks after publicly accusing Universal Music Group of systematic theft, Angie was involved in a mysterious and fatal road accident in Alabama. The incident, which claimed her life while sparing the others in the vehicle, raised unsettling questions. The fact that she was the sole fatality among 8 passengers did not escape the notice of her fans and industry insiders. For many, it seemed more than a tragic coincidence. It looked like a deliberate silencing of a voice that had grown too defiant against entrenched corporate power.
As I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. It was told to me they were single-handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to alcohol, to everything that could have gone wrong. And we need you to mail this out. And that person knew that it was all fabricated.
Adding further complexity to her narrative were the controversies involving her former partner, D'Angelo, and the iconic Mary J. Blige. Angie claimed that elements within D'Angelo's team had launched a campaign to smear her reputation. According to her, false letters circulated among industry professionals, wrongly accusing her of leading him into a life of drugs and alcohol. This campaign, she argued, was orchestrated not by D'Angelo himself but by his handlers, whose goal was to undermine her credibility and break apart their once meaningful relationship. The resulting damage to her reputation was profound and contributed to the narrative of an industry intent on erasing her influence. Her disillusionment deepened when she recounted her experience with Mary J. Blige. Once seen as a potential mentee, Mary's manager had urged Angie to work with her, suggesting that the rising star could benefit from Angie's guidance. However, what followed was a bitter betrayal. Mary J. Blige allegedly used one of Angie's recorded songs without permission. This act of ingratitude struck at the heart of Angie's sense of loyalty and artistic integrity, leaving her to grapple with the dual sting of personal and professional treachery. In the midst of these public battles, Angie also faced severe personal challenges. While sidelined by a dangerous blood infection that forced her into intensive care, she discovered the unsettling discrepancies in her financial records. During this vulnerable period, she recorded a candid video detailing how her life's earnings had been systematically misappropriated. Her revelations painted a picture of deliberate corporate deceit that spanned decades, a betrayal that left her struggling not only to survive but to assert her rightful claim over the legacy she had built with her own hands. Simultaneously, private text messages surfaced in which Angie's urgency was palpable. In these exchanges, she revealed her frustration over a delayed kidney transplant, attributing the holdup to discriminatory practices in the hospital system. Her messages conveyed a mix of vulnerability and determination as she sought assistance, further humanizing her struggle and emphasizing the personal toll of the industry's broader corruption.
The nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus, because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, I didn't know what was happening. A walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships, and what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything.
The intertwining of these narratives, her public denunciation of Universal Music Group, the explosive claims involving D'Angelo and Mary J. Blige, and her own dire health issues, formed a tragic mosaic. The industry that had once celebrated her talent now appeared as a labyrinth of deceit, where powerful figures manipulated both finances and reputations.
So the person let me know, and is going on record to say, that when the time comes, they will step up to the mic and let it be known that that was their assignment, to destroy my credibility by way of making me look crazy in a relationship that was innocent and pure and real. As a matter of fact, it was so real and pure, you could tell by the nourishment of the music then was just pleasant, it was real, it was pure.
In the final chapters of her life, Angie Stone became not only a symbol of artistic brilliance but also a cautionary tale of what happens when the very institutions meant to protect an artist's legacy turn against them. Her passing left behind a legacy fraught with questions, igniting debates about whether her death was a mere accident or a premeditated act designed to silence a relentless advocate for justice.
She don't never have to really acknowledge me, but I was surprised at the end of the day when my song that we talked about the other day, Every Day and Die, was leaked on her project. I really thought she had a lot more respect for me than that. After all, my love and my hard work and perseverance with you was genuine. So that's my secret rendition of